So now we have 3 lightning talks going on. So our first one is from Dervla, who's standing here beside me. And I'm really excited for this talk. It's about making a smart home using stickers. I'm really excited to hear about this one. Dervla is a software engineer at Insta. And she's also sometimes a volunteer at NI Raspberry Jam and is passionate about arts and technology crossover projects. So I'll hand you over to Dervla.
Hello. That's my entire first slide just ruined. Thank you very much. So yeah, this talks about making a smart home, but just not overcomplicating it. So when you think like how hard is it to make a smart home, this is sort of like my expectations of what I want, sort of Wallace and Gromit, like Rube Goldberg machines. But the reality of trying to set that up is a lot of like upgrading Windows and just sort of, this is a graphic that I have not fact-checked, which says that it'll cost you about $4,500 to set up a smart home. I don't think that's necessarily true, but you could do it with just stickers. So you should just do it with stickers. This is NFC stickers. So they're little tags. Oh, okay. Tell me if the slides aren't there, because they're little tags that have a chip and like an antenna in them. And you can use them to sort of trigger all sorts of actions. So they're the same things that you would use in your debit cards or Google Pay, and basically there's just a reader and a tag, and the tag just has a little bit of memory on it, and it uses like electromagnetic like induction to sort of work. When you're buying these tags, you want to buy them in bulk because it'll be a lot cheaper, so you can get like a whole pack off a sticker roll for about £6 for like 30p per piece, whereas if you try and buy them one by one, they're much more expensive. Most of them are compatible with most phones. You need special tags if you want to plan them to place them on like a metal surface, or if you want to have them be in any way waterproof. But other than that, you can just use probably whichever ones you find. So you can do a lot of this with just your phone to start out with. I have an Android, so this is all going to be Modes and Routines, which is the Android app, but the Apple version is Shortcuts. So with routines or shortcuts, you can kind of set up all sorts of routines that will happen, automations on your phone. Like if it's nighttime, my phone goes to black and white. When I'm leaving the home, it'll like take me off the Wi-Fi network and turn on my mobile data, and I also have all sorts of like timers and things like focus timers or laundry timers. You can have these be automated by the location or the time of day, but you can also just automate them using these NFC tags. So this is what the modes and routine look like within it. You can set up all sorts of things like what apps are allowed and not allowed, like do not disturb. And then you can, that's all sort of only works on one device. So if you want it to work across multiple devices, like if you want your other housemates to be able to use it, you have to use the NFC Tools app, which will actually write to the memory of the tag instead of just writing to like trigger the automation. So creating the program with the app's really simple. You just create a list of tasks, you enable NFC on your phone, and you tap the sticker, and that's it programmed. When you get further into this, you can download like the Pro version, which costs about £3. But to begin with, just a couple of stickers and your phone, you can do quite a lot. So there's so many settings in the actual app that you can use. Like you can do things with file operations, you can do things with conditional blocks, you can save and reuse your tags. It's really good at things that are automated and things that are going to stay the same. So it's good at stuff like setting up your Wi-Fi. You can do a NFC tag that will give you all the Wi-Fi setup just by tapping it, so anybody can just log into your Wi-Fi very quickly. And it's good at other sort of like predictable things like that. It's not as good when there's a lot of conditional blocks because it's not a very like advanced UI. But one of the things you can do about that is like I have Spotify playlists that my NFC tags go to, so they start playing Spotify. So you can change all of the songs on it and just point it at the same Spotify playlist. So I've already talked a little bit about what I've made, but like anything that I do repeatedly, like for example, every day I still visit the Wordle website, so I have an NFC tag for that. All sorts of things like that. You can do more advanced stuff though, so there's also like you can do API calls with it. So you can get it to a variable on your phone and then display the variable. I have one that tells me the phase of the moon, which is not very important, but it's very fun. You can also get it to send a text. I have, there's a friend, shout out Sam Stewart. Sam uses it to do mileage in his car, to track sort of mileage so he can get costs back. Yeah, so there's just like all sorts of complicated things you can do with it, but once you start getting into this, you start to be like, this would be a lot easier to just do in code and not use through an app, to be honest. So future ideas of what I might do with this is probably mainly buying things I don't need. Spend a lot of money on Home Assistant and like Philips Hue lights like people have. And I've already started using smart plugs for this. And I also want to do more stuff with Raspberry Pis and things. So in conclusion, please buy stickers and profit. That's it. So, any questions? Yep.
What's the most useful one?
The most useful one probably is the Wi-Fi, because that's like anytime somebody comes to your house, you can just like tap it and they've got their Wi-Fi. I also have like a Blue Peter-esque. I've already made this one earlier, so if you want to try this afterwards, you really should. I can hand this around and you can tap your phone and see if you can get it to work for you. But yeah, and like stuff like, I've seen people use it for business cards. You can kind of give them like contact details very quickly. So anything like that, pretty good. Any other questions? Yeah.
You mentioned about Raspberry Pis. I know this isn't really about the talk, but how would you like enhance your home with Raspberry Pis? If you thought about that.
Like the NI Raspberry Jam are all looking at me, right? Should talk to them. Yeah, like, so I really want to get like a smart camera doorbell thing, but I don't want to have something that goes to the cloud and like leaks all my privacy and stuff. So I was going to set up something like that with like a Raspberry Pi camera. That's kind of my next thing, and then maybe it'll give me like push notifications or something to my phone, that kind of thing. But that's not linked to the talk.
Thank you.
Cool.
Is it just the ability to write from your phone, or sorry, read from your phone? Can you write the literacy all just from your phone?
You can write and read from your phone, like just using this app, yeah.
So could you clone an existing one?
Yeah. You could probably break into hotels with this, I'll be honest. Like,
That's not what I'm looking for, but
but just in case. Cool. All good? Great. Thank you.